What's up, beautiful people? In this video, I will be pulling up my collard greens and my kale, but for good reason. It didn't work how I wanted to, but I'm gonna show you what you could do in a situation like this. Let's go head to it. What's up, beautiful people, and welcome to another episode of Don't Keep Up With the Joneses. 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 Okay, beautiful people, so as you all saw, we did do the attempt of moving the raised beds as well as the content in the raised beds, more specifically my collard greens and my kale, to the front area. However, after a week and a half, this is what I have. Maybe it'll work out better for you, but it honestly did not work out for me. If you were able to be successful in moving your greens and your collard greens and whatever you may have transported from one raised bed to another, please tell me what you did. Tell us what you did. Put in the comment section below so other people can do the same thing. But in the meantime, in between time, I will make good use of these greens, okay? And the way in which I will be doing so is putting it back into the soil, okay? Because with the leafy greens and all those things, it then provides nitrogen to the soil, which we know nitrogen helps to boost growth in your green plants, okay? So what it will do is die, so to speak, into the soil so that other future collard greens, kales, green beans, anything green will grow nice and well, okay? So I'm gonna show you what to do, how to pull this up, how to do it right, how to make sure your soil is not full of roots and things like that, and just to make sure everything goes in nice and smooth. So make sure you stay tuned, and let's go ahead and get to it, y'all. I want to show you. Less talking, more action. Let's go. Right, beautiful people, so what I am doing now is pulling out the kale from the raised bed and putting it into my trash receptacle, which I will then, you'll see what's going to do with that. And so what I was doing was like pulling it up and taking off each leaves and then throwing the stalk to the side, because the leaves are where all the nitrogen and all that good stuff will be located, and what I will be turning over and mulching into the raised beds themselves. So pulling it all up, getting to see the raised bed all over again, it's like, wow, I have come a long way. And it kind of hurt, but nonetheless, the kale is going to be used and reused for beneficial things in the future. So with all of those things up, then I'm just going through with my rake and getting all of the roots out, because I know future growth will take place in these raised beds, and I don't want anything to get choked up, tangled up, or stopped up because of the roots that could be within the raised bed. So I do recommend you doing that, even if you are just taking over, or pulling out your fall vegetables, starting into your spring and or going into your summer. Please take the time to clean out and rake out your raised beds if at all possible. So with that being said, get to see what that looks like. Obviously I have some roots that I'm pulling up here and there and things like that, but nonetheless, it was cool. It was good to know that I have a fresh slate that I will be putting my vegetables into and things like that. So, and I'm even able just to see what's going on within there. And then from there, I always have different thoughts. I pulled the marigolds out. I have some water, put them in the water until it goes back later in the day. It was a good idea. I recommend you do it too, rather than them just sitting in there in the hot sun. All right, ladies and gentlemen, at this point, it's all about cutting everything down. As you all know, use my little handy dandy weed whacker like I did for cutting down and breaking down the leaves. So that is what we are going to do with the greens as well. Let's go ahead and get to it, y'all. It's like a big blender. What I will say is, it does smell good. It smells like a nice chopped salad. Hold the dressing. Once I had everything all broken down as I wanted it to be, which honestly I could have done even more. I should have turned over things. It was nice and mulched at the top, but then at the bottom, a lot of things were full leaves, pun intended, and things like that. So it's all good. I was able to then throw it back into my raised bed, mulch it all, or not mulch it all, excuse me, turn it over within the soil itself as best as possible. And then from there, I did throw in some more dirt that I had from the back in the raised beds that, you know, I wasn't using anymore. And so I threw it on top just to kind of, you know, cover it, I guess you could say. But at the end of the day, that's what you do. And then of course you always throw some water on the bad boys just to get everything nice and congealed and happy together. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and just like that, we have now mulched our greens into the soil itself. Now, yes, there are some greens sticking up and things like that, but it's a-okay. We don't have to worry about that because it'll be okay. It'll decompose, it'll go down. When I plant things into the soil, it'll be okay. I'm gonna give it a full week of just doing what it does, allowing the leaves to die off, become weaker, smaller, all those things like that. But then it gives me preparation to prepare for my square foot gardening, as well as I'm thinking about doing some what is it called, drip irrigation. Okay, so that gives me time to research it, see what to do, purchase the products, all those different things. But when I'm locked and loaded and ready to go, of course I will bring you along the journey. So with that being said, make sure you subscribe, click that bell notification so you're notified when that video and others as that do rise up on this channel. Okay, so much fun, so many things to come. As you can see, I now have a bare garden, okay, which means it's time to plant. It's time to plant summer vegetables, summer crops, things for the summer. But again, like I said, I'm gonna do it with the smart method, which is square foot gardening, which I'll tell you all what it's all about. And so make sure you tune in, stay locked in, because it's so much fun going on this channel. DKUJ pallet and gardening videos. Been here, all the stalks from the here project. So came a long way, y'all. It's hotter in the front, I'm not gonna lie. I usually am fine in the back, but in the front, I'm struggling, y'all. But anyway, let's get to it. I love you all. Peace.